This is African Patriot Radio, your number one station on the network. Time check, it is 12 minutes past. Failing to have the $1 million equity stipulated by the Ghana Investment Promotion Council, and that's like among other things. So the Ghanaian Minister of Information, Kojo Nkrumah, has replied to the accusation made by his Nigerian counterpart. We're talking about Lai Mohammed. So today we'll be looking at his responses and how we understand if Benin was the one making this complaint, but actually that border feeds that Abidjan Lagos corridor and the ECOWAS region, and Nigerian authorities are currently standing guard at the borders. And when we talk to some of them, they said that the closure is actually intended to stem the flow of illicit goods smuggled from Benin Republic, which is compromising Nigeria's agricultural trade, job creation, revenue collection, and security. So the issue of rice smuggling in particular is the bone of contention here. So Africa's fastest growing staple, that is rice, of course, is actually like the number one on Nigeria's long list of contraband goods. It's no news that the importation of rice, like rice is considered contraband, as we are actually trying to produce our own rice. We're saying people should consume like local rice, and that is actually busted that sector to a large extent. So and this is one thing that has been a matter of concern to Nigeria, especially as much as we're trying to grow our own rice, putting money into the agri sector. It is going to be counter effective if people are still smuggling rice within the semi cracky corridor. So now that was one thing Nigeria was really looking to stem, hence the closure of the border. But now, so that issue of smuggling in particular was a bone of contention. So in Abuja, actually, where Nigeria has made sweeping investment in developing rice production. Even officials say that these efforts are actually being undermined by smuggling from Benin Republic. Hence, the need to close the border. Now, I'm not trying to justify the closure of the border, but I'm telling you the reason. Yes, okay, it is a matter of national interest, because if I am producing these things, I do not expect my citizens to buy them from other nations or smuggle them at cheaper rates. I would want patronage. That is what the government is trying to do. So when you hear buy Nigeria, grow the naira, this is all part of it. It is a collective responsibilities. So when people smuggle, it does undermine the effort of the government. Hence the need for the closure of the border at the time, although it came at a time where it was not expected. So rice, like we're talking about, like the staple right now, rice smuggled from Benin comes from outside the ECOWAS region. So you should not people keep saying that okay, within the ECOWAS we're supposed to have a free trade zone and the likes, but it was discovered that this rice actually come outside of the ECOWAS region, so it fails to meet the rules of origin to qualify for duty-free goods. It does fail in that regard. So the smugglers from Benin Republic also made a killing by importing rice of cheaper rates than Nigeria and then selling it below market price in the Nigerian market. That is undermining what we have. We did produce to sell, and now when they bring cheaper rice, nobody is going to see for cheap and then buy ours. At the end of the day, it undermines the market entirely. Hence the need to close the border, I repeat. So a single trip to the semi border and its surrounding routes confirmed that smuggling is a very big problem. It is a very real problem that requires targeted action. So the blanket closure of the border to all trade, however, the big question is it the answer? Are there better ways to go about it? We have good enough reasons to indulge. We have good enough reasons why we're doing this. But is it the answer? Are there other ways we should have gone about it? Now that you know why Nigeria closed its borders, do you feel it is enough excuse for Ghana to retaliate the way they did? Maybe directly it does not affect them, but we're all within the ECOWAS community. So what affects one person affects the other. We know, regardless. But now we're asking that is it enough excuse? Because within the letter, like the minister, in the person of Kojo Nkrumah, kept bringing it up. He made it an issue. He mentioned it more than 4 times in his response, the Semikrake border closure. So I do not quite understand how that directly affects Ghanaians, because it looks as though um there's like a targeted effort, a targeted vibe towards Nigerians in Ghana. So is this enough excuse? Do you feel like it is good enough excuse for Ghana to retaliate the way they did? And what is the what? How do we marry the closure of the Semikrake border and Ghanaians closing the shops in like the business premises of Nigerians in Ghana? Let us know what your thoughts are. Feel free, drop a comment across all social media platforms on Facebook and on YouTube. We're streaming live at African Patriot Radio, and you can also tweet at us. Feel free actually to tweet at us at African Patriot 7. While you drop your comments, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be taking your comments as well as the conversation continues regardless. Stay with us. Hello, welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. This is still your number one station on the netwave, African Patriot Radio, and the program is Leaders Watch. We are discussing the reply of the Ghanaian Minister of Information, Kojo Nkrumah, when he was responded to his Nigerian counterpart Lai Mohammed, and we told you that one of the repetitive phrases that we kept seeing in that letter was the case of the Semikrake border, and the border closure was actually not the only excuse, as Nigerians have choose to call it, was not the only excuse that he gave. It was just one of the many excuses that the Ghanaian minister gave. So he also accused Nigerian traders in Ghana of gross violation of retail trade laws, including tax evasion, immigration offenses, and selling of substandard products. So Nkrumah stated that, and this in reaction to a statement by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, that the federal government would no longer condone the reported harassment of Nigerians in the former Gold Coast. So Mr. Lai Mohammed had actually, in a statement on Friday, listed various acts of aggression against Nigerians and its citizens by the Ghanaian authorities. And he also included the takeover of some Nigerian diplomatic properties. Remember the event where a building belonging to the Nigerian embassy in Ghana was demolished? I think we talked about that on Leaders Watch as well some time ago. So as regards that, the minister Nkrumah said that his counterpart's assertion on the alleged seizure of Nigerian mission property, the one that was located at number 10 Barnes Road, Accra, was incorrect, noting that the land was acquired by Nigeria from a private citizen, Thomas Hardy, on October 25 in 1959. He further went to explain that the commercial lease on the land expired 46 years ago without any evidence of renewal by the Nigerian High Commission in Ghana. So the land was on lease and it wasn't renewed. That was the situation. Anyway, he had to respond to that because we brought it up because last letter. So he's saying that the government had nothing to do with that. However, Lai Mohammed also mentioned the discriminatory deportation of 825 Nigerians within 1 year. And he also talked about harsh jail sentences on Nigerians. But Nkrumah said that, contrary to Mohammed's claim that 825 no interest, which has gravely affected other countries in the region. Now, this can actually be deduced that he's also talking about the semi-cracked border that he kept bringing up in his response. This statement also implies that these actions that a lot of Nigerians have said have seen or say seem as deliberate payback or retaliation on the side of the Ghanaian government. The statement implies that these actions are deliberate. If we're actually going to imply what he's saying now, it means that the actions the Ghanaians are taking right now are deliberate means of payback. So let us know what your thoughts are. How is the sealing of like Nigerian business premises, like businesses belonging to Nigerian citizens, a matter of national interest? Because he's saying that Nigerians have actually done a lot of things in recent times in pursuit of her national interest, and this implies that whatever Ghana is doing is in pursuit of their national interest. So the big question now is, how is the sealing of business premises belonging to Nigerian citizens a matter of national